Hi guys, it's Shaly.
And this is Dah Sol.
And we're here with another Let's Talk FFBE.
Let's talk FFBE.
And today we are going to be covering how to train your espers for maximum efficiency.
Yeah, espers. By equipping espers, you can get a variety of boons. But in this video, we want to talk about how to maximize your profits from equipping espers and what special effects you can get, and etc. etc.
Right. I mean, depending on how you train your espers, you can get a variety of things. Espers have access to magic. Espers have abilities that can be unlocked that your characters can then use by just equipping the esper. And not only that, but they do offer status boosts that you can benefit from. And also element resistance, which is a really big part of the game as well when you're in, a long trial and you know that a foe happens to be
Indeed. And
a certain element.
in this video, we will introduce some of the really big, the upgrades that matter for the 3-star espers, the espers that were awakened to 3 stars, and show you some of the abilities that we would personally like to recommend to you as well.
Okay, well, let's get to it.
All right. Okay, first of all, we have Siren. So Siren was one of, our very first esper that you pick up from the story.
In the tower.
And at 3 stars, up till 2 stars, Siren was a bit on the lower side of stats, but when she gets to not 6 stars, 3 stars.
Whoa, she made a huge jump there. No, 3 stars, you know what we mean.
Yeah. Her stats are greatly enhanced, and she has, balanced stats around all the stats. No super crazy high stat, but no super low stat either. And on top of the 50% water resistance and minus 50% lightning resistance that she had on the go when awakened to 3 stars, she also gets a bonus resistance to sleep when you do equip her. So quite useful.
Yeah, I mean, everything that you just said is basically what I'm just going to support. Siren is a very well-balanced esper when it comes to status boosts. So if you need somebody to invest status boosts in, then it's probably Siren, because she's got the best of the collection. She's got a nice little compilation of all of them. And water resist is also very, very nice. So if you feel like it will come in handy in the future to be able to withstand a little bit more water damage, then you probably want to gear her in that direction.
Correct. And moving on to her ability board. If you're really going crazy for esper stats, you might want to go grab the 2 stat reflection boost far out in the left side of the board. Or if you want to go the summoning evocation route with Siren, you might even go for the bewitching evocation on the upper right corner of the board. But there are better espers to try go for evocation damage, so I wouldn't strongly recommend that. And another special ability that you might want to aim for on Siren are the 2 water resist 10% on the bottom right of the board. Well, water is I think it's one of the mildly difficult stat resistances to get on your characters. So you might want to go this if you're up against a really difficult water element boss and you're really urgent for these resistances.
Right, we don't get a lot of equipment in the game that really helps you guard against water damage. A lot of the times we see resistance to fire, you know, ice, thunder, lightning. Those are like the three main that the game really focuses on and are pretty staple. But water is one of those that you don't really come across very much.
Yeah.
So if you're not using Siren for anything else, definitely recommend that you build her towards that water resist portion so that you can get, you know, a nice 70% out of her, right?
Yeah.
And then somehow try to get the other 30% by either using, I don't know, Barwatera or other abilities that you may have in your party or equipment that you've managed to get that water resistance up to 100%.
Yeah, if you're going for water resistance 10%, you do go through the Barwatera route, so your character
There you go, you're all set.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Good to go.
Our second Esper to introduce today is 3-star Ifrit. Ifrit, longtime favorite of physical attackers.
Is a legend, yeah.
Yeah, so Ifrit, 3-star Ifrit, much like the 2-star Ifrit, is going to have high HP and high attack, just a unit you want on your physical attackers, and on top of 50% fire resistance and minus 50% ice resistant, he had from the go, when awakened to 3 stars, he also gets the very convenient blind resist, so you don't have to worry about your physical characters missing anymore. On 2-star Ifrit, I think most of our users would have taken Beast Killer and Plant Killer by default, and on 3 stars, he gets access to the extremely powerful Beast Killer Plus and Plant Killer Plus as well. These effects do stack on each other, and it will make your physical attackers complete beasts against these two enemy types. And on top of that, the killer pluses apply on your mage characters as well. So definitely worth taking these two abilities, although plant type enemies are not that frequent. You might want to consider either taking or not taking, or if you don't care too much about resets, board resets, you can be more flexible on what you take at what time as well. Just to give you a general idea of how strong, how many stats your Ifrit is going to give you when specialized towards attack. 3-star max level Ifrit by itself is going to get you 74 attack, 74 bonus attack on the equip unit. And if you grab all the attack bonuses on the board and go for the stat reflection boost as well, it is going to give you a whopping 110 attack boost.
Excellent.
So, yeah, something you might really want to consider.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And our third Esper is going to be
the Lady
of Ice, Shiva. So Shiva, her stats are geared towards high magic, and if you equip Shiva on your unit, you'll get 58% ice resist and minus 50% fire resist. And at 3 stars, you will get immunity to paralysis on top of that. So pretty good, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, Shiva has a lot that she can use. Her stats are mainly geared towards MP, magic, and spirit. So she can be very useful if you equip her to a mage, because the MP will definitely come in handy. The magic stat boost will definitely serve to make those magical attacks even more powerful. But if you perhaps need a little bit of a boost for your healer to make sure that that HP goes back all the way to the full bar, then perhaps her spirit stats may be of help for that healer to make sure that the spirit part of the healer is covered.
Yeah. On the board side, what you might want to take for Shiva is her unique ability, Stop Drew, which is 50% resistance to stop. Resistance to stop curing is really, really rare in this game right now, so you might want to take this right off the bat, if only to make arena stop parties less of a tournament.
Yeah, those are not fun. Somebody comes in with a Noctis and just... I mean, we've all been there, I'm sure.
Yeah, and apart from that, you can go for a lot of things. If you are really desperate for a debuffer, you can grab the defensive freeze and offensive freeze on both on the bottom left and right hand corner. These two debuffs are, well, they're not like top tier debuffs in terms of debuffing percent wise, but if you're really lacking a debuffer and you
just need something to fill in that void.
You might want to consider these just as a temporary escape. And Shiva is actually not that bad as summoned attacker. So you might want to take the frigid evocation, which will power up Shiva summon. And yeah, you might want to grab Barb Blizzaga or the Ice Resistance. I recommend you rather go for the stat reflection boost, because
it will help.
It will boost up your mage or whatever character
healer, whatever needs MP.
Yeah. Final Esper that we will be introducing in this video, we have Ramu. So Ramu's specialty is in the magic stat, and Ramu has innate whoever you equip Ramu to is going to get 50% lightning resistance and 50% weakness to water, and on top of that, your unit is going to be immune to silence if you evolved Ramu to 3 stars.
Yeah.
So a fit for your mage characters, I suppose.
Definitely what I was just gonna say. He's basically the best 3-star Esper at this point in the game to have equipped to your mages, because the status boosts that he has for the magic parameters are very, very, very high, and it can make a huge difference for your mage. You know, it could mean that step from 900 to 1000 magic if you haven't been able to get up there just yet, because he is that powerful. And with that magic also comes the MP stat boost, which again, if you're wanting to deal magic damage, you are going to need tons and tons of MP. You can never not have enough MP, and Ramu is the Esper for you if you're trying to do this.
His board is quite plentiful in things that you might want to grab. So M Stone Killer, M Demon Killer, these are definitely extremely rare, and there are plenty of demon and stone enemies out there. So you might want to grab these two as a priority.
Right, but what does that M stand for though?
So
how is it different?
M Stone Killer, M Demon Killer, these are like usual killers, but only for your magic users.
Correct.
So it won't make a difference for your physical attackers, but it's going to be excellent on your magic attackers, and killers for magic attackers are quite rare, so
take advantage of it.
Take advantage of that. More of a utility pick, but if you have a few SP points left, you might want to go grab the Osmos, perhaps the Dispel as well. Those are like pretty cheap to grab, and both Osmos and Dispel are really, really good utility picks. So yeah, I would recommend that.
They definitely come in handy more than you would think. Sometimes you're stuck in a battle, and then you realize that the characters that you have with you do not have any way to cast Dispel on the enemy, and the enemy has buffed themselves, and you really need to be able to take that off in order to survive. If you just bring Ramu and he has Dispel on himself, then any unit that has Ramu equipped can cast Dispel and then save you from that
certain
boosted
death.
damage. Exactly. And Osmos, I can't tell you how many times I've used Osmos in the middle of the battle when I realize, oh my god, I'm running out of MP, and if I use an item, the mission that I'm going for that says no items is done for. So how can I get all of my MP back? Well, just Osmos. And usually it works. There are some type of monsters that even if you Osmos, you basically get as much, Osmos usually costs what, like 10 MP to cast. Sometimes you cast it and you only get 10 MP back or even 9 MP back. So it's not always a winner, but when you are able to cast it and get a precious amount of MP back, it could save the whole battle for you.
Definitely.
So definitely recommend that one if you have a few SP to spare.
And since Ramu is quite strong in the magic side, if you do try going for max out the magic part of the bonus magic the bonus magic stat that Ramu can provide your unit. So Ramu 3-star max level is going to give you give the equipped unit 76 bonus magic, but if you go grab all the plus magic stat and status reflection boosts, it is going to give you a total of 111 bonus magic stat to your character.
All right, so
yeah,
very much like Ifrit, just opposite ends of the spectrum. So while Ifrit's bonuses and stats are focused on attack, Ramu's bonuses stats are focused on magic, and you should definitely be taking advantage of both of them and maxing them out if you can. Again, it's very hard to get your expert to a full 3-star like maxed out SP level, but once you do, you should definitely try to allocate those SP very wisely.
Correct. Okay, and I guess those were our 4 espers that we're introducing in this video.
Yeah, I mean, now we have learned that espers are not just a pretty CG cinematic that comes in now and then whenever you need to fulfill those missions. Espers have a lot of usefulness in the game, definitely a lot to provide for all players and for the units that equip them. So make sure that you are training them properly and you're not missing out on the various abilities and boosts that they can offer.
Yeah, all right. And that was our video for today. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions on how to proceed with videos in the future, do let us know in the comments below, and we will be meeting you soon.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.